Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Pelcia and you are watching the weekly update for my weight loss journey. Stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back. This episode of my weight loss journey, we are talking about my weekly update that I have to send my coach. And first of all, I want to say a couple things before we go on with the update. I actually have, I think I mentioned this before, so I have a coach and I have a set of macros that I should follow for her. Mondays and Thursdays, I usually eat a little more because I worked out a little harder on those days. So on those days I eat a lot more carbs, actually less fat. So I want to make sure I throw that out there. So I have this scale called RENPHO. I'll put the name of the actual scale. That's how I sent, that's how this little screen of my weight and all this little, my fat percentage and blah 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 blah. All this stuff, this information comes from the scale when I step on it. So it's a cool thing. You can't really lie to your coach that way. And I think that's pretty much why I got it, because it's a lot easier to just step in the scale and be like, this is how much I weigh. You can't lie. So I step in the scale and then just puts it in there. So that's how you're able to see the screenshot of this week's weigh in and check in. So my current macros right now are as following. Mondays and Thursdays, I actually have 160 grams of carb, 120 grams of protein, and 53 grams of fat, which is actually quite a lot for me to eat, because I'm trying to figure out ways to, eat a lot more carbs on those days. I usually eat more rice or more sweet potatoes, depending on what I have available with me. Then on Tuesday, Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, I eat 109 grams of carb. So there is a big difference there, about 50 grams of difference there between my high carbs and my low carb days. So 109 grams of carbs, then I have 109 grams of protein, which is pretty much the same, and 64 grams of fat. So I get a little bit more fat on those days. And what I usually do on those days is either saute some of my look at me, saute, look at, fancy words over here. I saute some of my vegetables, or I eat higher fat meats like steak and things like that to eat more of my fat that way. But I pretty much have an idea of what I can eat. I don't like trying new things. I should definitely try new things, but I hate it. So like I said in my last video, I tend to stick with, if I need protein and I don't need a lot of carbs, or I ate most of my carbs, then I usually turn to hard-boiled eggs and lunch meat sometimes, just to supplement my protein when I already run out of carbs. So Mondays and Thursdays, I tend to eat a lot less fat. I eat a lot of jasmine rice. It is really good. My family loves it. So I cook it very often here in this household, and I try to stay away from fast food as much as possible. So my current workout schedule is, on Mondays I work my leg, but I try to focus on glutes and hamstrings and a little bit of stretching. Then on Tuesdays I usually do shoulders and chest, and I do 20 minutes in the bike, not necessarily high intensity but medium intensity cardio for 20 minutes or 25 minutes, depending how much time I have and if I have to work that day. Then Wednesdays I pretty much do walking, which is really considered cardio, but that's what it was recommended for me. I do a walk on the treadmill on a 5 incline, and then for 45 minutes. So it's not really that bad. It gets your heart rate up there, so it's technically a good cardio for me. And since I have both, I have the bike and the treadmill, then it's good for me to switch So that's what I do on Wednesdays. Then on Thursdays is again leg day. I focus on my quads because I try to switch it up from my first leg day. So I tend to work on my quad, and then I do a little bit of cardio. So I get on the bike after that. So that's Thursday. That's why I eat a lot more carbs during those days, Mondays and Thursdays, because it's usually leg day and I do a little more than I would do on other days. That's what I do on Thursdays. And on Fridays I walk again for 45 minutes, and the treadmill, I'm gonna try to incorporate some walking outside. I have a puppy and she is a trip and she likes to go out for walks. So I'm gonna try to incorporate that, maybe walk around the neighborhood with my kids. My kids are dying to be on this video. So I'm gonna incorporate some of those walks just to switch it up a little bit and to add my kids into the mix, because it's a healthy habit for them as well. So that, and then on Saturdays I do back and biceps and triceps. So I try to pace myself. I don't go too hard. I've done that before and I tend to hurt myself when I go too much too fast. So I will pace myself and do what I can do. So Saturdays I do back, bicep and triceps, and I do 20 minutes of cardio as well. So I usually do the bike when it's 20 minutes. When it's 45 minutes, I like to do the treadmill because it's a lot easier for me to get in there. Like I said before in my last video, once you get on the bike, you are pretty much stuck in there. So I try to not get on the bike for more than 30 minutes. So that is my schedule for my workouts usually. next week I'm gonna put some meals that I'm eating, so you know that I'm not in any restrictive diet. I eat a little bit of everything. So 205 pounds. I'm moving closer to the 100s, and I'll get there. I'm sure it's gonna take a little bit, but I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it through. So that's what's going on. Let me know what you would like to see in my video. I would like to update you on anything and everything I do when it comes to this weight loss journey, and we'll see what happens. So, oh, I forgot the microphone. And you are watching Dos puntos aparte. Thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video.